Let's give Deacon Stewart another hand clap of praise. Deacon Stewart came through and said, I'm free. And then the choir came behind him and said, I'm a believer. In order for you to be free, you must first believe that you are free. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. I do give honor to God, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, on this morning. To my pastor, Elder Parker, co-pastor, Elder Angela Parker, all other ministers in the building, to my mother, one of the strongest women that I know. I love you. God bless you. To my brother who's standing back there, who always has my back, to my children. I love you all, and also to my husband in his absence. Thank you all this morning. I don't plan to be before you long. We're just going to let God have his way. If you would please stand as I'm going to be coming from the book of Revelations on this morning. Just one verse. I'll be coming from Revelations chapter 2, verse 4, and I'll be reading from the NIV version. And it reads, "Yet I hold this against you. You have forsaken the love you had at first." Please join me in a word of prayer. Most holy and all-wise God, Lord God, I ask that you come in right now, God, and have your way. Lord God, I ask that you allow Shameka to decrease, Lord, so that you may increase, God. Lord God, I ask that you be in this word and pray that it touches someone on this morning to help them press their way just a little bit further, Lord God. Lord God, anything that may be in me that's not like you, God, I ask that you just take it back to the pits of heaven which you came, God. Lord God, we just ask that you come in and have your way, Father. We ask these and all other blessings in your Father, in the precious in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Be seated. So my topic for this morning is going to be going back to my first true love. So as I said, I don't plan to be before you long, but we're just going to see how God moves on this morning. We pray, that we have a continual move of God on this morning. We all want to find true love. And I don't know why, but it seems like a woman desires to find true love more than a man. I'm not really sure why, but we have a yearning to find true love. We want to find that one person that we can spend the rest of our lives with, that one person that we feel like completes us, that we can give our heart to and keep us from thinking about anyone else. You know how we get when we're teenagers, or maybe it started when we're like in middle school. You get your little middle school crush, and the guy walks in and you got your eye on him and you're trying to play all cool and you don't want your friends to know, girl, there you go. But you try and play it cool because you don't want anyone, you don't want them to know just yet. Well, then as time goes on and you get older and you really understand what love is, and you find that one person that you think that has your heart, that he's everything that you've ever dreamed of, everything that you ever thought you needed or wanted in a spouse. So you guys date and your relationship leads on, you go on, and then you finally get married. You've married the love of your life. So you thought you did. So you become happy to what you feel like is the most happiness that you can find. That you're so happy that you don't even realize that months have gone by, years have gone by. But then as you're in your marriage, you notice there's something that's still just not there. Although this man has my heart and he gives me everything that I think I need and want, there's still something that's not quite right. So in your marriage, because you were brought up in the church and you try and get your husband in the church, and you go. You start out going, he's going with you, and everything is okay. But then as you're going to church, you still notice there's something that just still ain't quite right. Things just not feeling the same, But as you're sitting in church and these feelings start to come over you, while you're getting these feelings and growing closer, there's something that's pulling or pushing your spouse away, and they don't quite understand what exactly is going on. You begin to feel different. You begin to feel strange. Something that you hadn't experienced before, and you start asking yourself, what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? I shouldn't be feeling like this because I feel like I got everything I need and everything I want, but there's still something that's just not right. There's something or someone that has gotten your attention. The feeling begins to feel a little familiar. It felt like you were falling in love with your spouse all over again. But the problem this time is it's not your spouse. So this can't be, it can't be that I'm loving someone as much as I loved him. No one should be giving me butterflies like I first had when I met him. And of all the places that I'm getting these feelings, I'm sitting in the church. So what's really going on? So by this time, because the spouse is not going and you're going because there's something that you're going after, he wants to, jump bad, put his chest out. What's going on? I know there's something going on with you because every time I turn around, it's church, it's church, it's church. I don't understand what it is about that church that you keep going back for. He starts to tell you, you don't even talk like you used to. Your walk is different. I've noticed that you dress different. So what is it that has your attention? You being you and really not understanding what's going on yourself, you don't really pay him any mind because you know there's no one else. I'm not cheating. I'm not looking at anybody else. And you don't let that stop you. You keep going because you're after something. Something has caught your attention. So although this has caught your attention and your husband or your spouse or your significant other has started feeling this way, you don't allow this to stop you for what you're after because you know there's something there. And I'm going to get it. I don't know what it is, but because of the feeling that it's giving me, I want it. So finally you get fed up enough and you tell it. You're right in there and be like, okay, you're right. You're right. There is something going on. I'm having an affair. But what he does, he doesn't quite understand what you're trying to say to him. And you go on to say that I've been cheating for a long time. But what he didn't understand was that he wasn't the one being cheated on. He was the one that I was cheating with. Come on, girl. I go on, you go on to explain a little bit more and you tell him this man that I'm talking about started speaking to me in a still, calm voice. At first, I didn't understand what was happening, but he never stopped. He knew all the right things to say, and he eventually had my heart. It got to the point to where I wanted more of him. He told me we could be together, but I had to be willing to commit to him. But wait a minute, that's what I'm telling myself. I'm already married. I can't commit to you if I'm already committed to my husband. I can't do that. But this man let me know that I was already wrong because I was with him first. But I put him aside when I met my husband. He wouldn't give up. He was persistent and eventually he proposed. I turned him down so many times because I knew it was against the law for me to be married to more than one person at one time. But what I failed to understand was that this was a spiritual proposal. He wanted to be my spiritual husband. He let me know that he has always loved me. He has admired me from the time I was formed in my mother's womb. Once I had an understanding of what was really going on and understood the proposal, I accepted. And when I accepted, my pastor felt like, there's no need to put this off. Let's go ahead and do this now. So we got married right in a Sunday service, about like this. The pastor called me up. I went up there, and my vows were real simple. I didn't have to say much, didn't have to do much at all. The pastor just simply asked me, do you believe that this man Jesus is Lord? I simply replied, I do. My pastor asked, do you believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead? Again, I simply responded, I do. Because I believed in my heart and at that time had confessed with my mouth. We became one. I married my first true love. All right. You go on trying to explain to your spouse, you were right. There is someone else. He's the reason I keep going back to that church because I can't get enough of him. Because of him, I now talk different. Because of him, I have changed the way I walk, where I used to walk with my head down. Now I can walk with my head up. He even changed the way I look. He's not worried about my outward appearance. So he changed the inside appearance, and he sees me different. He's rich, and not only does he fulfill all my needs, but he even sometimes gives me my wants. I can tell him anything and never have to worry about it being repeated because I can trust him just that much. When I'm hurt, he gives me comfort that no one else can give. He holds me in the palm of his hands when things get rough, when I want to throw in the towel, when I feel like I can't go any further. And he gives me a peace that surpasses all understanding. He convicts me when I'm wrong, but his love never changes. Although I may mess up and he may convict me, he still loves me. I never have to worry about ever being alone again since I married this man, because he's always with me, and he promised me he would never leave me. No matter. This perfect man that sounds too good to be true. The one that made me all these promises, and not just me, but you as well. The man that I said I do to the second time, I call him Jesus. So you see, I was having an affair. I was cheating on him with you. I had given you my whole heart, and I forgot about him. But because he desired to have me, he brought things back to my remembrance. He made me many promises, but there was one thing in particular that he said that really caught my attention. He asked me, sitting in that church that Sunday morning, how can you truly love this man you call your husband, but you don't truly love me? I've been with you your whole life. I taught you how to love. I taught you what love was. See, that's how God desires, is for us to love him. We must love him first, then love ourselves. We got to know to love ourselves, accept who we are, with all our flaws, with all our mess ups, with whatever we feel like is wrong with us. We still have to love us first. Before we can go out and try to love you, I gotta love me. God wanted me to realize that all he ever wanted from me from the beginning, the reason he chastised me like he did, the reason he kept pulling at me, the reason he kept messing with me, the reason I was feeling like I was feeling, going through those services, not understanding what I was going on, the whole time he was speaking to me. And all he ever wanted me to realize was that he was my one and only first true love.